Thank you for bringing him along.
Thank you.
A long time ago, in a town far, far away from Bolsover, I saw a film as a little boy, and that film was Star Wars. And I'm guessing you saw the same.
That's right. In 1984, I went to see The Return of the Jedi with Mum and Dad.
Presumably this was a fantastically exciting moment, and the minute you came out of the cinema, you had to go and buy this array of toys connected to the film.
I think I'd already started collecting them prior to the film, but it kind of got bigger after that.
Star Wars toys were made from the 1970s, the late 1970s onwards, in America by Kenner, and in Britain by Palitoy. And you've got mainly Palitoy figures here and toys here, but a couple I notice are by Kenner. But you seem to me to have been an extremely careful child.
Yes. Unusual, I think, for children nowadays, but I put everything away back in the boxes, other than the figures, of course, but yeah, everything went back away.
And then presumably, like so many of these things, disappeared off into the attic. I know that's where my figures are.
Absolutely, yeah. They've been up there for 10 plus years, just sat under covers and dust sheets from the loft.
And how do you feel about that? What does this mean to you?
I think it means a little bit more space.
So you're in favour of them going out?
Yes, definitely.
And how do you feel about that?
It's just not getting appreciated. It's sat in the loft for so long, and I'm sure somebody could make a good home of it.
The good news is that there are a lot of collectors for these pieces, and what's really driving the Star Wars market at the moment is nostalgia. It's people such as you and I who saw the films as children, and perhaps there were toys you couldn't have. Perhaps there were toys Mum and Dad said no, or you had enough, things you always wanted. And prices have risen dramatically over the past 10 years, even to the point that some pieces are fetching hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. Now, you were a careful child. You looked after the figures, but like any child, you ripped open the boxes and you wanted to play with them. And unfortunately, that has affected the value. What collectors are really looking for are pieces in what they call carded condition. So they still have their plastic bubble wrap. And also the date of the figure is important as well. If it's from the early series with 12 figures on the back, that's what really collectors are looking out for and pay the highest prices for. So the figures as they stand, you've got quite a lot of them, are worth somewhere between sort of 50p and sort of maybe 10 or 15 pounds each. There might be some rarer figures in here that need looking at. But the pieces in boxes, that's what I'm really interested in. I mean, the Millennium Falcon, an iconic spacecraft in Star Wars, a box piece like that, anywhere from sort of 50 to 200 pounds, depending on condition and also completeness. The X-Wing is good news. Dagobah, of course, Yoda, who can forget that scene in Empire Strikes Back, I'm sure you remember.
Absolutely, yeah.
Anywhere from sort of 20, 30 pounds up to about sort of 80 or 100 pounds. So in all, good news, you're probably looking at sort of high hundreds of pounds for the whole lot.
Great stuff. That's fantastic, yeah.
If you do decide to sell them, there must be one piece that you really want to keep.
Absolutely. It would have to be the X-Wing. It's the iconic spacecraft from the original film, and everybody knows it, so I definitely have to keep it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Morning.